Oh,
We live. Jobber Nation. We're back. Bonus episode of the Jobber Tears podcast. This evening, we have a very dear and special guest to the Jobber Tears podcast. Before we get started, we do want to thank everyone that has, if you have not already, make sure to subscribe to our YouTube page at the Jobber Tears
Oh
podcast. You
shoot!
can catch all
Ooh, wrong
previous
one.
episodes. But I'm excited. I mean, I remember when I met him almost 2 years ago at WrestleCade, and I just was like, I just want to stay with Uncle Stevie and talk and enjoy about wrestling. So I'm glad that we now get to be able to share him with everyone that listens and views the podcast. So without further ado, we have with us the 10-time WCW, one half of Harlem Heat tag team champion in the building. Uncle Stevie Ray's here. I wish we had like the clap noise. Y'all messing up. Y'all supposed to be.
You know robot sounds. We got our own hands. Come on, celebrate the legend. Celebrate.
Yes. So those that are watching, we have the pleasure of having Stevie Ray with us tonight, this evening. How are you? What's
I'm good.
new?
I'm very good. I've been on the mic all day. So
Likewise.
so this is kind of falls right into what I've been doing all day. So it's all good. Yeah.
okay. All right.
We got some people that's listening, that's viewing the OG Stevie Ray pioneer in tag team wrestling, which we're gonna get into.
Okay.
Who wrote that?
I'm about to
Bunch
boot
of
you off.
weirdos.
Somebody said I'm a bunch of fools.
So before we get started,
Those
guys,
things will
you
never
guys, let's start with asking, how are you? How have you been dealing with the pandemic, your podcast? Like, how has been the last year been to you?
Actually, the pandemic kind of gave me a chance to. I was doing so much stuff before the pandemic started, so it actually gave me a chance to get into my podcasting more, like I had been planning to do. So it was kind of like one of those things, like, okay, you ain't got no excuses now, so start revving it up. So that's what it did. But other than that, man, the pandemic is the pandemic, and I started doing shows about the pandemic when it started because I didn't understand a lot of stuff that the government was telling us, and I started doing my own research on different things, and to this day, I'm still, kind of perplexed by the whole thing. So it is what it is.
Take it step by step.
Yeah.
Guys, go ahead. Let's start off because I know. Listen, I had a whole hour when I met him to talk to him, so I'm gonna let y'all.
I was with you.
No, you were with me like 30 minutes after we started talking. Like you and Danny ran off, and then I came back, and then ran off and came back again, and I still was talking. So I've had some me time. So you guys can start off. Any questions you want to start off with?
So first things first.
Mm-hmm.
You are probably one of the most relevant mother effers.
Hey man, you can curse on YouTube. I do. I mean, some dude. We was live today on YouTube doing our black and white. What I do with Vince Russo, so black and white, and some guy posted. Stevie Ray is one of those guys. He's just something, and he's got his theory, conspiracy theories and this, that, and the other. I'm like, man, kiss my ass. Whatever. Whoever the fuck you are, man. Stay the fuck out of mine. So
Stevie Ray. He's every uncle at the barbecue that just be like, yo, don't fuck with me. Like,
dog, I'm the guy that, people kind of gravitate to talk about them. I was just telling them about all the stuff I do in the community and this, that, and the other. The thing is, I just ain't got time for people that think they're anointed a certain way to don't know nothing, no history, nothing about my culture, and then you got an opinion on it. Well, I got an opinion about you.
Ooh.
That's how it goes. You know what I'm saying?
Talk to me.
Don't walk in my backyard, and I didn't invite you back there. It's that simple.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? I like I told him on the thing, I'm the nigga that don't slide so easy. I'm that nigga.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying? Wrestling is just what I did for a living, brother. I'm
Let
straight
these
off the
people
corner,
know.
man. I'm straight off
love
the corner,
it.
and I'm proud of it. I'm straight off the corner, man. South Park, right here in Houston, Texas, man. I mean, don't get it twisted. What you saw me do for a living, that was to feed my kid. You know what I'm saying? And put a house and roof and college fund, trust fund, and all that stuff. After that, man, I ain't politically correct no more.
You don't owe
bars.
nobody nothing.
Bars. Let them know. Steve.
I mean, I am who I
T6
am.
Devils.
I mean, I am who I am. If I ain't disrespecting you, don't disrespect me. That's just how it is, bro.
Point
So,
made.
quick question: you were on it was the A&E that documentary you did with your brother,
Right?
your brother's documentary, and they had spoken
if
about.
that's what you want to call it. Go ahead.
Oh! Let's rewind.
You wanna elaborate on that? Because I'm glad you said that, because I was just like, is it the real story?
No comment.
There you go.
Yeah.
So when you all come out and tell the real story, then? Because I feel like most in the business, everyone wants to talk about the story after they dead. Like, you can't even talk to the actual person that lived it because they not here no more. It's the truth. Once again, God rest New Jack. But when New Jack did Dark Side of the Ring, that was he spoke his own words.
He did Dark Side of the Ring, didn't want to hear it anymore. I mean, don't ask me to do something. I don't know. So I'm like, yeah, I know what you're saying. I know what you're saying on that. But the thing is, the A&E just took a lot of stuff that was already out there and just Hollywooded it up more. If that makes sense.
Yeah, makes sense.
Yeah, I mean, Hollywood is Hollywood.
Yeah,
and nothing wrong with it and stuff like that. But when you are a part of it and when you actually know the ins and outs of what they're actually talking about and see it how they put it in context, and then I do a show with Sonny Ono every Tuesday night, and Sonny was like, "Oh man, I'm so excited about this, that, and the other." Well, like I was telling Sonny, from a fan's perspective, you should be, but when somebody's actually involved, you see it in another way. So I'm not gonna try to break your bubble as to how, excited you are. It's almost like people got a perception on who assassinated John F. Kennedy, but I was there. It's a big difference.
Can we go into that? Who do you think did it?
But I'm using that as an example.
The U.S. government.
You see how the government can paint a picture, but what about the picture? What about the people that really have studied it and can debunk everything the government said? So that's why I'm using that when it comes to the documentary. The documentary was good entertainment. But in the real world, some things are not as they're seen. That's all I'm saying.
I see what you're saying.
Right.
I see what you're saying.
Not that it's all fake and wrong or this, that, and the other. It's just Hollywooded up.
They
to make it look pretty. That'll make it look pretty.
Right, because you got to realize now, a lot of WWE stuff, and even those documentaries that they're putting out. I'm gonna tell you something, man. What I hate is not everybody come when I'm doing my shows. Everybody want to ask me 50,000 questions now. That's what I hate. And I'm like, man, did you watch the documentary? Well, I want to know if don't come to me, bro. Watch the documentary, believe what the government says, and we'll all be good. Don't come to me with it. And then put the icing on the cake. And I didn't even know they had done one. The Lost Treasures.
the A&E with when they
Mhm.
went and they had got what
His
was
his,
he
his
looking for your
cape,
brother's role?
his cape. Yeah.
You know,
Yeah.
all these I'm telling guys, I'm not going to get into particulars, but this is what I can do. I'm going to bring up scenarios and I'll let you figure it out if you happen to have just a little common sense, okay? This is what I do, what I did on the show. How possible is it for all these professional wrestlers to have lost something and now we'll all retrieve it in 2021?
I'm
Stevie
only
Ray.
laughing because
15 years have went by and now I'm like,
no, I'm only laughing because
guess I'll go hunt down my clippers. Guess I'll
Stevie
go
Ray,
hunt down
but
a robe. Yeah, go ahead.
no, I'm only laughing because someone had mentioned to me they was just like half of this stuff wasn't lost anyway if they know where to go and find it.
Yeah,
So what's wrong?
and I need a fan and a convertible with me till we roll up in some farm somewhere. You know, I mean,
oh gosh.
I thought wrestling fans were smart nowadays. You know what I'm saying? What happened?
No, we not. No, we not.
No,
we
dog,
not.
come on, man.
I sometimes you gotta play dumb so that you could really be entertained. So
Yeah.
Then why you asking me about it then? You know, didn't believe it and keep on going. Why they asking me? I'm like, man, I'm trying to do a show. I'm like,
oh,
okay,
snap.
I lost the robe. I ain't cared about it in 15 years, but all of a sudden today I'm gonna get up and go, think I go look for the old robe that I don't even know what it looks like anymore. I mean, come on, man.
Yo, that
come on, man.
Because someone definitely mentioned that to me. It was just like, so they
say?
know where to go. So why are we doing this? It's like,
Don't we live in a social media age, computer age? How many people can send me an email and say, "Hey, Stevie Ray, you know those boots you lost 10 years ago? I got them. How much money? I'm gonna lose some boots."
So you know what's funny? You know when I knew it was like, yo, this is a little weird
What's
because they
that?
went to this one dude's house twice to get stuff.
And he's in Jersey. He's
Yo,
in
right
Jersey,
here.
like close
They
to
mentioned
us.
him, yeah. Like someone
Oh, yeah?
just said, nah, this guy who had a whole house of WWE memorabilia. So you right.
Because people ask, like, so do they just go to the ring after the show and just snatch they shit and go?
No, that's the same thing. That's the same thing. I'm like, okay, first of all, let's get something straight. Ain't no fans coming backstage to get nothing. Let's get that straight right now. Okay? The only place, I'm going to be honest with you, let's just put it out there. You travel all over the country. You got all your stuff which you pack for your costumes and your uniforms and your wrestling attire. Okay? That's always in separate stuff from your regular stuff that you wear. Sneakers, shirts, pants, workout gear, this, that. You see what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
Your workout attire is never anywhere near anything else. So, with all that being said, when you get out of the ring, you know how you give your stuff to whoever before you start the match and this, that, and the other. They take it back to the back and they put it in a certain area. When you come back to that area, okay, your stuff should be there. You make sure it was all there. Okay, my this, my that, my blah, blah, blah. And then you take it and put it back in whatever you carry it in, okay? Now, some of the stuff is stuff the company, okay? It might be too big for you to carry around, so the company takes it from venue to venue, okay? Because it might be a lot of people with a lot of stuff, so they provide that. You see what I'm saying? Like certain things, like a robe or like this, so then when you get to the next venue, it'll be there. Somebody handles that. There's a certain section of people that handles that. So in essence, what I'm saying is you can't possibly lose something and a fan end ups with it. Let's say by some immaculate type way, you leave something at the building. The building will keep it. Because when you leave, it's still 50,000 people there that work for the company that's taking down everything. You see what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
It might take them a whole night to do it. So they will get it and give it to the office of the person or whatever. You know what I'm saying? So it's no way, and all my years of being around this business since 1989, I ain't never heard of nobody losing nothing. Whereas a fan got it. Now, if you on the back of a turnip truck and you fell off, something fell off the back of it, or then some fan in the middle of the street pick it up, then that's something different. It's not accounted for.
True.
But no, those things can't possibly happen. Impossible. Impossible.
But Stevie Ray, you
And
know,
they all happen to WWE guys, and they're all looking for them in 2021. Okay.
but Stevie Ray, someone asked, what if somebody from the company steals it and sells it?
First of all, if someone from the company steals something, you know who did it.
Earl Hebner.
You know, you see what I'm saying? You see what I'm saying? You know, but the thing is this. People around the rest, first of all, if that happened once, maybe. I'd give somebody the benefit of the doubt. But over and over and over and over and over and over and over, what is do that? You don't, what I'm saying is, I just try to illustrate how things work.
Mm-hmm.
If somebody steals something, when are they going to steal it? Whereas don't nobody notices it's gone. When does that happen? Now, if you walk in your house and your big screen TV is not on your wall and you sit down to eat a bowl of ice cream for an hour and you still ain't noticed it, then they should have took it from you. Because that's how aware you are of your surroundings.
Correct.
So as soon as I get back from the ring, if my stuff ain't there, y'all remember some of the stuff me and my brother used to wear out. If my stuff ain't there, I'm upset. And somebody better come up with it. If you see what I'm saying. Because if something lost, you know somebody around here took it. And that's just how it is. But people can believe what they want, you know.
So when they did the episode of the Treasure, the Legends with a Hidden Temple kind of thing, did they ever like call you up too? It was like, hey.
Yeah.
First of all, I don't want to be on no modern day Gilligan's Island, you know, Lost in Space, you know, Will Robinson. I don't want to, I mean, that stuff is some of the, no, actually they did. Well, you know what? I just signed a new Legends contract, my third one, 3 days ago.
Okay.
See, I'm the guy they don't like to talk to, cause they know how I am, man. You know what I'm saying? They know how I am, man. You know, and I thought they were calling me to say we're not gonna redo your deal.
He thought it was gonna be bad news.
I'm sitting in the parking lot at the gym. Oh man, I shouldn't say this on the show. I'm sitting in the parking lot. I told it the other night. With Sonny Ono. No, with Jimmy Tibbs. I do a show with Jimmy Tibbs on Monday. And I was like, you know, this is one of them days I just need something to be pissed off about. And I'm just hoping they say, well, you know, Stevie, we're not going to be. So I can say, you know, fuck, whatever. You know what I'm saying?
Go on.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Go, man, go suck it. But it wasn't, what's his name that usually, that just got caught stealing the belts and hiding them under his mattress. Who was that guy? I can't remember his name now. It wasn't him. And it was another guy. And I was like, man, have I met you? And he was like, yeah, you met me 2-3 years ago up in New York, but you probably don't remember. I was like, okay, what you need? And then he's like, well, you know, we're just gonna restructure want to restructure your deal and, you know, blah, 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 give you a better percentage. And I'm like, damn, now I feel bad.
Because you went into it like you was ready to go.
Yeah, I was like, man, you need to stop. I guess, oh man. But the same thing happened when they called me about the Hall of Fame thing. The same thing happened. And I'm like, okay. I'm going off. Because I'm thinking they're getting ready to, cancel the deal again. You know what I'm saying? And he was like, Stevie Ray? And I go, yeah. He said, this is, whatever his name is. I'm like, yeah, man, what's up?
Now,
He's like, are you okay? I said, yeah, man, I'm okay. Are you okay? He said, well, I said, yeah, what do you want? And he's like, I was just calling to let you know you and your brother been inducted to the Hall of Fame. Now I feel like a heel. I feel bad, man. Dog, because then your emotions hit you, then you feel bad for how your demeanor was and stuff. And I was like, golly, this. So I couldn't say nothing. For. He was like, Steve, are you there? I said, yeah, I'm here now. I feel bad for that, man. So it's just one of them days, man. Sometimes I just get up on the wrong side of the bed, man.
So what was that experience like in being inducted into the Hall of Fame?
Mm-hmm.
Like, did you ever envision that happening?
I used to always have people come up to me and talk about. But see, I'm not one of those guys I'm not a revisionist history guy like some people are. I tell people, I loved professional wrestling business, and it opened up a lot of doors for me in so many different kind of ways. Able to do some things and be around some things and meet certain people that I would have never did when I, unless I was who I was. But I'm the kind of person, man, when it's over, it's over. Now I still go out and do conventions and different things, so on and so forth. But I don't like to sit around and hope and dream and stuff like that, because I ain't built that way. I know a lot of people are, so people always come to me and say, hey, man, I think you guys should be in the Hall of Fame. Well, I wouldn't even be thinking about the Hall of Fame unless somebody just came up and said that. Mm-hmm. Because I'm a whatever kind of guy. You know what I'm saying? Because I'm going to go out and do me regardless. So I wasn't expecting it. That's why I felt so bad that day. That's why I felt so bad, because I was like, wow. If it had been just a regular day where somebody called and go, hey, man, how you doing? Blah, blah, blah. Oh, you're going to Hall of Fame. Then I probably would have enjoyed it more. But after that, I was like, wow, I ain't even been thinking about this. And then it comes like this. It threw me for a loop. And then I'm being an asshole at the same time. And then I'm like, man, So that's pretty much how it was, man. But, that week was, oh, my God, it was so much stuff to do. I had so much stuff on my plate that whole week, man. And it was, man, I was like, they could have sent me my stuff to the house. I'm like, I could have stayed at home. I was tired, man. They had me working, man. And I didn't get home till that next Tuesday. And boy, I was tired.
When did you go there? Was it the Wednesday before?
Yeah.
Yeah, because that's when everything kind of starts up.
Yeah, I went up.
And then they do access, and then a lot of media stuff.
Yeah.
And then the ceremonies.
That documentary that y'all saw, they was doing that up there also. So we had to do a lot of that, which, most of the documentary stuff get cut out, but it's time consuming. You know what I'm saying? I had to be at the building there because a bunch of my buddies came up too, and I didn't even get a chance because I didn't know my itinerary, so I was doing a lot of stuff that I thought, what I'm saying, I wasn't gonna have to do. So it was taxing, man, but it was cool, but it was taxing.
So, not to get too personal, what is the general Legends contract that Legends usually get from WWE? What does it consist of, if you mind sharing, or are you open to share?
Hey, man, why are you trying to get all up in mine, man?
Listen, man, from my fans, dog.
Why are you trying to get all up in my business, dog?
He's like, yo, can I get? He really wants to say, can I get $1?
I'll tell you. No, what it is when they put you on the video games, memorabilia, all these different things that WWS, and it's actually going to get even better now because most of that stuff has gone over to Peacock.
Oh.
Yeah, so hold on.
Moving the Peacock benefits you guys more?
I didn't know that.
Look how big they are. That's NBC.
But how?
Huh?
How does it benefit you?
Because their distribution. Because there's been a lot of things opened up on the network. They even over the WWE network right now.
Because the network is still available outside of the United States. So like Canada, the UK, they still get the WWE network.
See, I didn't even know all of this until recently.
Mm-hmm.
So, who knows what kind of different companies and organizations they're going to be distributing that stuff through now. Probably be even more. And even more countries that they wasn't going in, because that Peacock network goes everywhere, man.
Oh. That's you know what? That's a different view on it.
So go on and sign me up.
Send me the checks.
Sign me up. So
Okay.
that's what it is. You're like this, all these video games and stuff, like all these video games, memorabilia, pictures, all kind of stuff, man. And even the network stuff, you know what I'm saying? So it's like it is what it is, man. I'm tripping on all this because I didn't even know this until different fans started hitting me up and telling me, and I was like, really? I didn't even know that the WWE network was under the Peacock thing now. I didn't even know because I don't watch it.
Wait,
I don't have
you
it.
don't? So wait, do you watch
it.
any wrestling? Like
every now and then, I keep up with TNA because I got a working relationship with Impact.
mm-hmm.
And AEW. I'm trying to work some things with them right now too. So I keep up, but I don't watch it. Like,
breaking news.
This one, he busy. He booked and busy.
Yeah, so I don't watch the shows religiously because it's just hard for me to give 2-3 hours of my day to a wrestling show. It's just hard, and I might not even be home at that time anyway. So, but I do try to catch bits and pieces of it when I can. And like I said, I podcast 4 days a week, and I usually start my podcast at 7 p.m. So the shows are already playing at that time, and that's why I do that at that time, and we tape the show like that. So then I might go downstairs and catch the end of one of the shows and stuff like. I never watch on Monday, but sometimes I tape the show, like the WWE show, on Friday, and then I try to go back and fast forward through some of the things and stuff like that. They've gotten so dormant now to me. They've gotten so dormant that it's almost like they're regurgitating the same matches over and over now to me. And it's like, what happened to all the stars, man? It seemed like it ain't but a few people working there, and they're kind of like doing the same thing. And every time, just out of the blue, I'll put it on there, and I see Rey Mysterio and his son, and I'm like, it's like when a movie coming on cable, every time you catch the movie, it's at the same scene all the time. You ever done that?
Yeah.
Boy,
I do it with oddly enough, Armageddon.
You know what I'm saying?
That's baby boy
that
right
happens
there.
to me with Armageddon. Like it'll be on, and it's exactly almost right at the end. Every time.
And I'm like, wait, is this the same show I saw last week, or this is another one? That's kind of weird, but hey, it is what it is, man.
Would you ever be interested in being like, I guess, more like on the agent side, or?
No, I could never be in the professional wrestling world, working and being away from home and stuff like that again. I could never do that. No, because people don't realize when you work for a company like WWE, everything is so structured, and everything is, the edges are bottled, and it's, to me, man, my whole time that I wrestled, I never felt like I was working a real job. Never felt like I was working a real job. Even though I took my business very seriously, but up there, and some of the people that I know that work there, this, that, and the other, everything is so, but that's how Vince runs his stuff, though, so that's, I can't even get into some of the conversations I've had with people that don't work there anymore, and it's like, wow. It's just like being there for the Hall of Fame. We had to get there early in the morning for rehearsal. and this the day of WrestleMania. Like, what am I doing here this early? Well, you gotta practice walking out on the stage. That's it.
He's a Virgo. That's why.
That's it. Yeah.
Wait, he is?
So I'm there all day, dog.
I'm joking.
Oh,
I'm there. I'm there all morning. You know what I'm saying? Till the show started that night.
I believe it.
Wait. So you're from 8:30 in the morning.
The call time
Probably about 9.
9 to like 12 a.m.
Whatever time the show started.
Whatever, yeah.
What time the show start?
Like, what, 6, 7?
Right. Then in the middle of the show, we got to come out.
Yeah.
See what I'm saying? In the middle of the show. I came down that morning to practice what y'all saw on the show when we walked out.
He's like, this is graduation. Why?
It was worse than graduation. Worse. Hell, I remember my graduation. I'm trying to forget that. Because I was like, God, damn,
because you checked out at 7 o'clock in the morning.
Yeah. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? So it was like, golly, man. But, that's how they do things. That's all I'm saying. That's just how they do things, man. They don't leave no stones unturned. Everything is so meticulous. And I'm like, okay, that's just how they do things. And everybody's running around, people that I know. Hey, man, hey, Stevie, how you doing? Did I do something to him? Hey, man, what's going on? Hey, Stevie, how you doing? Hey, man, blah, blah. Well, I got to go to... I'm like, damn, it's like that? Woo.
They can't even say nothing but 2 words.
You better look like you working. Better look like you working. Shit, I thought, now I know how people feel at Amazon.
Wow.
That's a fact.
Yeah, I'm serious, dog. You better go take a piss and hurry up. You can't, usually go take a, go to the bathroom and, you kind of mess off a little bit. Not at Amazon, not from what I read.
Yeah, no.
But they got you on it
is schedule by schedule.
Yeah. Well, I've never felt that way. I had never felt that way around the business before. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
I had never felt that way. Wow. Everything in the business used to be so loose. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
So loose. I remember a few years back, they were here in Houston, and Billy Kidman and me and Billy was always cool. And Billy was over some kind of production. I forgot exactly what his position was. But he's in the Gorilla, going over a lot of stuff. And me and Billy was just sitting there talking about a bunch of funny stuff from back in the day and stuff we used to do with certain people. Oh, man, we was just killing each other in stitches laughing about different things. Can't do that now. Totally different.
So who was the funniest person? Who ribbed everybody back in the day?
Oh,
good question.
Had so many guys that were just funny, man. I mean, god damn. Man, we used to have that's what I'm talking about, being loose. You didn't really get serious till it was time to perform almost. You know what I'm saying? An hour and a half or 2 before. You could be everybody's just doing their thing at this hour. As things get closer, you just feel the intensity start to, okay, it's almost showtime now. And the whole demeanor of everybody changes,
Mm-hmm.
And yeah, I remember that, man. I really remember that. But in the dressing room, man, everybody's glad to see each other, because you're kind of like a family out there on the road.
Mm-hmm.
But so many, oh my God, so many funny things and funny people, man, that I don't know. Maybe that's a part of the business that's going now. I really don't know. But like I said, the Hall of Fame thing, everything was just so stiff, what we call stiff, man. And that was just unusual to me. As many times I've been around WWF guys and their business, it was just stiff. It was just stiff.
It's the Fed. That's what they call it. It's the Fed. It's tight ship he runs up there.
Yeah, most definitely. And these new guys, you know what I'm saying, they pretty much weeding out all the guys from the other generation. Maybe that's how they want all of them to be now. You know what I'm saying?
Mm.
Maybe that's just how they want things to be now, because nowadays, you know, WWE, Vince McMahon, he's the creator of everything and everybody. And maybe that's just how, it's not it's not like it used to be. Like I tell people even on my podcast, professional wrestling as it pertains to WWE, it's not pro wrestling anymore. It's television entertainment. Vince is not competing against another wrestling show. He's competing against other shows that are on television. If that makes sense.
No,
Yeah.
it makes
No.
You know what I'm
We
saying?
spoke
makes
about it
perfect-
actually. Sir Wilkins mentioned it when we recorded earlier today that at one point Vince wanted to compete. He wanted to beat Friends in the ratings.
But yeah, and so what I'm saying is, if you look at, SmackDown is on regular television. So your ratings are going against other television shows, not cable television shows like things used to be back in the day. It's regular TV. So it's not, so professional wrestling now is not a subculture anymore. It's pop culture.
Say it.
They
Say
louder
it.
for those in the back because
Yeah. And if
they
you're
don't understand that.
Yeah, if you're a pop culture now, then it's just like being on an episode of, like you say, Cheers or all these other things. It's in that realm now. You know what I'm saying? It's now, we used to be wrestlers acting like actors. To me now, it's more of the actors putting themselves in a position to be wrestlers.
Bars.
So let me ask you a question. Do you think that is helping the business or killing the business?
Well, as far as the wrestling business, that people looked at it before, that business doesn't exist anymore.
Mm.
The wrestling business only exists in other organizations. It doesn't exist in WWE anymore. WWE is straight mainstream entertainment. They just happen to use a logo that says wrestling. That is the new norm. That is the new norm with professional wrestling. So when you say something like that and you put things in that context, you are pretty much comparing it to yesterday. Vince McMahon is not yesterday. Vince McMahon is today and tomorrow.
Yup.
And it ain't
Past,
never, and
present, and future.
it ain't never going
That
back to.
tagline ain't just there
Yeah.
for kicks and giggles.
Think about it. Even when, if they, you guys in Jersey, just think when they come to town, they don't talk about who's on the card anymore. They just say WWE is coming to town. They will show you flashes of different different people doing moves and stuff like that. But nowadays, the brand is what's important,
I said it.
not the
I said it.
guys.
We were just talking about that earlier.
Yeah, the brand. Because see, as long as the brand runs everything, nobody can ever get so big to hold me hostage about nothing. Because the brand
Just
made
talk
you.
about that.
The brand made you, and the brand can ruin you.
Just like that.
Yeah. So at the end of the day, the fans today are conditioned for the brand. Whereas in my day, they were conditioned for the personalities. So a big portion of people would come to see Harlem Heat. And if we wasn't on the card, they pissed off. But now, it's not like that. Or a Ric Flair or a Diamond Dallas Page or, these Steiner brothers. People like, hey, this is what I want to see. Now it's like, you get what you get. Now, if I bring these pancakes out here and you wanted some baked potatoes, hey.
You
He's
got to eat them because you ain't getting your money back. You ain't getting your money back.
Well, you know what? That's true, because think about like when Mania was here in New York, and everybody was like, was in an uproar because Undertaker wasn't on the card, but they still went. Right. They still paid all that money and sat in that stadium and watched.
Right.
So
yeah.
Undertaker's the last of them.
What was that?
Undertaker's one of the last like.
Yeah, he like one of the last of the Mohicans, man. So
Mhm.
you know, it is what it is, man, and you
I've
know
I've
what can you
always said
do?
that the WWE follows the NFL model. It's all
Yes,
about the Shield, all about WWE, nothing else. It's all about them, which is why, like you said, there's no attractions anymore. Nobody's bigger than the brand.
that's today, man. That is
Well,
today. The
So if
brand is where it's at.
wrestling wasn't a thing for you, what do you have done? Like,
Well, what's just the thing? A lot of people think Stevie Ray just woke up and got into wrestling. I had my own business before I ever got into wrestling business. That's why I looked at it as just business. That's why it never wooed me. That's why you ain't found me in no hotel strung out.
I
You
mean,
know
he
what I'm
has a
saying?
good
well, I'm
point.
glad.
No, I'm just saying.
I'm glad.
No, no, it's a good point. Can you elaborate on that of you seeing it as a business? Because I don't think younger wrestlers understand that this is a business and this is a job.
I never had any dreams of being a professional wrestler. Never. I just tried it, something to try. You know what I'm saying? And the rest was history. I never had any dreams or aspirations of. I just like wrestling. I want to try it, and I got a chance to, and I was just having fun in training. You know what I'm saying? But this is the thing. I don't wake up every day wanting to be the next Hulk Hogan. I don't wake up wanting to. I didn't wake up like these kids today. What they see on television, they're trying to emulate, taking nothing away from them. So they glassy-eyed, you know what I'm saying, and bright-eyed, the same way people are when it comes to the singing business or the acting business and all this kind of stuff. And that's why they get taken advantage of, and that's why their mentality is not strong enough. Okay, I'm just a street kid, man, from Southeast Houston. Okay, things start to change, things start to grow, hey, I'm pretty good at this. Okay, we're going to keep this going, blah, blah, blah. And then, we got into what we're going to. But at the end of the day, I'm like, okay, I want to try to make some money. I want to try to do this. I want to try to do that and blah, blah, blah. And, looking at the future and things like that. Wrestling was just business to me. And that's why when people hear me talk now, they think I'm want to talk like some of these other guys that, not that I'm disrespecting anything. I just got a nonchalant outlook on stuff. Wrestling was great to me, and I'll always love it. But man, that's just a chapter in my life.
It's not the whole book.
That's just a chapter in my life. I refuse to let somebody just put me in a bottle because you know me from professional wrestling. Like I said, I had my own business that was flourishing pretty good. But then the wrestling thing took off, and I'm like, okay, I'm going to go ahead and try to see where it goes. I never thought it was going to go where it went, but it did.
Sure.
But, I had my own 2-bedroom condo, a BMW, motorcycle, and my hot rod Camaro before I ever took one bump.
A&E didn't say that, though.
Huh?
I said A&E didn't say that.
I'm just saying, before I ever took one bump. When you came
No,
to
I
my house,
understand that.
yeah, I'm just saying that when you came to my house, that's what was outside. And I remember one guy told me that one day. He said, man, because he knew me back then. He said, man, you wasn't doing bad before you got into wrestling business. I was like, yeah, I was handling my business, dog. We had me and Ahmed Johnson had our own bodyguard security company.
Wait, what?
I said, me and Ahmed Johnson had our own bodyguard security company.
Wait, so y'all cool?
Huh?
Are y'all friends? Like,
Yeah, been friends for years.
y'all homies.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, we had 3 apartment complexes that was our contracts, and a place called Arena Theater where a lot of concerts and comedians and stuff like that came to. Yeah.
Wow. Stevie Ray started.
So did Ahmed ever
bodyguard
like really
business.
explain to you where all the backstage heat came from that he was getting? Cause
He didn't have to.
oh,
You know how many people I know up there? I know everybody in the dressing room. They were telling me shit. They were telling me everything before it even came out. You know what I'm saying? So
You got the tea.
I'm like, I'm like, what the hell can I do, brother? Hey, I'm taking care of my business, baby.
He said,
You know what I'm
ain't got
saying?
nothing to do with me. So
I'm taking care of my business. My name Bennett. I ain't in it. Hey, what can I
no,
do?
that's true.
You know, hey.
So I gotta ask you, what are some of your favorite conspiracy theories? Like you was like, ooh, I don't care what anyone says, I believe this.
Oh man, I'll give you some of my recent ones. The coronavirus. I don't believe in it.
Oh,
I don't
why?
believe in coronavirus. I believe people are getting sick from something, but I don't think it's from some bat shop in China. But I do believe people are getting sick from something. What? I don't know.
Mm-hmm.
Because if you go back and listen to all the different things, like when it first came out, and then something changes and it contradicts what the government was saying. Well, how do you can be so perplexed on something that's been around since 1935? The coronavirus has been around since 1935. That's before World War II started. So if it's been around since 1935, then shouldn't all the scientists have studied all its patterns and what it should do? You done had damn near 80 years to figure it out.
It's true.
Then all of a sudden, everybody like Nino Brown on New Jack City, $1 million a week operation and don't nobody know nothing? You know, I feel like now I know how Nino felt. Somebody better say something. You know, I'll stick this knife in your hand, sucker. You know what I'm saying?
He does have a point.
That's a great point.
I'm just saying, bro. I just look at things for what they are, man. All of a sudden, Chinese people have been around for a zillion dynasties. Okay? Now, all of a sudden, somebody eat a bat one day and it makes coronavirus and it goes all over the world. What the hell? What they been waiting on?
They've been eating bats, so.
True.
What they been? That's one of the oldest civilizations on Earth. And people go, oh man, they nasty, they eating bats. That's probably what they say when they see you eating collard greens.
Oh, yeah.
What's the difference?
Man, I never thought that way.
I mean, that's
true.
how I feel about like when you go down, like when you go to New Orleans and stuff, and they got the crocodile and the gate, like all types.
Yeah.
Of stuff. I want that.
Octopus.
Yeah.
Crocodiles.
Frog.
You know what I'm saying is culturally, it ain't no right way or wrong way to eat anything. Culturally, everybody's different all over the world. And I know that because I've traveled the world. So who am I to say what somebody shouldn't be doing? Black people as slaves, some of the things that we eat and some of the things that we have been eating is because of the situation that we're in.
True.
You know what I'm saying? Me and my daughter was just having a conversation about that. Not about food, but I was having a conversation with some people about the Olympics. Girl from Dallas, she's just won 100 meters. And I was telling my daughter as we were working out in the gym today, I said, I was on my podcast talking about this a week or two ago, and I was like, saying that, has anybody ever asked themselves why the fastest people in the world are from this part of the Western Hemisphere? Anybody ever asked themselves that? That every time somebody wins the 100 meters, they are from this part of the Western Hemisphere. You know why? Because the more genetic engineering went into this part, the most of it went in this part of the Western Hemisphere. So you take the African American that was taken from his homeland, brought to this part of the world, then genetically engineered when they didn't even know they were genetically engineering people. When you take the strong woman, you put them with the strong man, and they have a strong baby. And over time, this generation. And then you have all these other cultures of people dipping at the same time. Okay, then after all these years, 250 years, so on and so forth, what do you have? A super athlete. Because there are black people all over the world. There are black people all over the world, but they're not genetically engineered like the ones in the Western Hemisphere. So when you put him in sports, he doesn't know anything else but to dominate it, because that's how he's built. He's built to dominate it.
Haitians.
That's the Western Hemisphere, whether you know that or not.
No, I do. I'm agreeing with you. I'm agreeing with you.
I got. But that's what I'm talking about. That's what I'm talking about. So it's not an accident. Men and women, if they get a hold to something in this part of the world, they will dominate it. And then, like I was telling my daughter, then you look at them and then you get mad at them. What you mad at them for? You made them. You created them. That's just like Dr. Frankenstein getting mad because he made Frankenstein this second time want to tear the building up. Then you should have never made him.
Wow.
He built to tear up shit. That's how you made him.
Mm-hmm.
So when people from this part of the world gets into sports or anything, once they get their hands on anything, whether it be sports, whether it be medicine, whether it be chemistry, whether it be whatever, a heart transplant, he will dominate it.
Mm-hmm.
Because you built him. And he got pieces of every single solitary DNA from around the world within him. He can't help himself.
And then they wonder why we so great.
Exactly.
Talk that shit. Talk that
Okay.
shit.
Bro, I'm just telling it like I'm just telling it like it is, man. You know what I'm saying?
Okay.
Yeah, I mean, people can go do their own research. Nothing happens by accident. Someone was behind it. So that's why I say I have a problem with the whole coronavirus thing. But that's just me though. I'm just one person. What the hell do I know? You know what I'm saying? I think it's but I'm not going. If the government has anything with it, if it's got anything to do with the government pushing the issue, I have a problem with it. Because the mainstream media are the biggest liars, the biggest purveyors of lies in the history. And why do we pick and choose when to believe them? You remember when those ladies, there was a lady here from Houston, they had a big press conference, and she was talking about these different drugs that she is using.
I know who you're talking about. I know exactly what you're talking about.
I can't remember if she was African or...
She was Nigerian. She was a Nigerian doctor.
Right.
And it was in Houston. It was in Houston,
Right.
Texas. She was talking about...
Oh, and Trump, I think, supported her or something like that.
Yeah.
And she was talking about all different types of ways to
she was talking about the ways of which she is, what she's doing with her patients.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
With her patients. And she said, I can't remember the name of the drug. I can't remember. I got it written down somewhere. But she said she's been using that and it's been helping all the patients.
I feel like it was the same one Trump was out here telling people to take.
It was.
You might be right.
It was the same.
Because he was, the way he was coming off, he was just like, he was co-signing her. Like, see, was like, see what I mean?
Did you see but did you see everybody in the media started to demagogue the lady, calling her? I remember Bill Maher on his show called her a witch doctor.
Oh shit!
Some kind of crap like that, and I'm like, wow, man, this, that, and the other. So she was the only black person out there. All the rest of the people was white.
Mm-hmm.
In the press conference, all the rest of them was white,
and that's already sus.
So it was hydroxychloroquine.
That's it. That's it. Hydroxychloroquine. That's it. That's what she was talking about. So I'm like, oh no. When you start seeing everything on the news, they didn't endorse that at all. Because, see, that was too much like right. Because if that can really help people and put people back in a healthy situation, then what we going to do about these vaccinations?
The biggest thing that I noticed during the time was before the vaccine came out, they say exercise, lose weight, get sunshine, vitamin D, zinc, all of that. Once the vaccine came around,
You
all
don't
that
need
hot
it.
stuff. You don't need to hit the vaccine. I'm looking
Hey,
at people like,
yeah. I'm
Listen,
just saying.
the moment when they was out here, 1 minute they tell everyone stay home, and the next minute everybody home getting sick. So they like, okay, wait, don't stay home. You go outside, but you gotta wear a mask.
Now you see what I'm talking about. You remember at first they were saying this, and I
Yeah.
remember this stuff like it was yesterday because I've had so many conversations with people about it. They said, don't take a mask because if you touch the mask, that's right at your nose when you adjust it. And these were experts on television saying if you wear a mask, it's better for you not to wear a mask because if you had touched, remember everything came out about putting it on your hands at first. Remember that?
Yeah.
Yeah.
With gloves.
So you could touch it, you could touch stuff and give it to other people. That's why everybody was that lotion and all this stuff went up. You can see that stuff all over. I'm like, what the? I go in the store, man, and I'm like looking at what is that, man? I'm thinking this is a new drink. It's a hand cleaner all over the place. Remember that? Then now
Yep,
all of a
hand
sudden, now all of a sudden, it was about the coronavirus can sit in the same spot for 3 to 5 hours.
How do you know that?
That's what they were saying.
Yeah,
but I'm just saying.
that's what I'm saying.
So that
like,
means you could be walking somewhere and just happen to touch something. Oh, you just gave yourself the coronavirus. You see what I'm saying? Oh man, I just touched my nose.
You touched that, you like, oh, I'm fucked up. Shit. Now I'm sick.
Yeah. So the dude was saying, I remember this, because you can have it on your hands when you go to adjust your mask are right near your nose. And the particles can go up in your nose, and then you catch the corona. I swear to God, I'm listening to this. That's why I'm in my house by myself, man, because I ain't letting nobody come in here. I don't know what you got. So I ain't have time to do nothing but listen to stuff and read stuff and all this kind of stuff. So you know me, I got time. I get on the computer, start doing my research on corona and all this other stuff, man. So I'm like, damn, man, coronavirus been around since 1935. Shit, what the hell they been waiting on?
They just decided to choose 2020, which was the year of the election. Just so
yeah.
It's all cool. Come on, like.
You know
when you really think about it, you have a conversation. You're just like, well, wait, everything just seemed too good. And what ended up happening was that Trump thought he could be out here and be like, I got the vaccine, I got it, and he didn't bet on losing. That's really what it boiled down to.
You know
so then
something?
When it happened, it was all like, wait, actually recount everything. It's all a lie. I really want. It's like, no.
Well, that was when my man Black was asking me about conspiracy theory. That's one of them. I could be wrong. Really, truly. I don't know anything. I just got my own beliefs about things. But when it comes to Trump, now I do a show with Russo I told you guys about.
Yeah.
Called Black and White. And I said, this is when the election was coming up. I said, I've been trying to figure out this Donald Trump thing for quite some time. And I think I figured it out. I've just been trying to put the tea leaves together. And I think Donald Trump I think it was an experiment. Now, who put the experiment together? I don't know. But whatever things needed to get done during the Donald Trump administration, I just started to put 2 and 2 together. And what I did, I go back on certain conspiracy theories that people like to call conspiracy theories. That word didn't come out until the mid-'60s when people were questioning the JFK assassination.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So before that phrase wasn't even in the lexicon. But anyway, if you go back and look at certain things and how they got started. So what I did, I went back to World War I. I went back to World War II. I went back to Korea. I went to Vietnam, a JFK assassination, Martin Luther King, Robert F. Kennedy, all these different things. And I started studying certain things that happened within this that people don't know about, that never came out in the media, that other people, real scholars, have studied, and it's always different from what we've been told. Always. All the way back to World War I. So then I come up to 9/11. Oh, no, I take that back. Then I come up to the Oklahoma City bombing. then I came up to 9/11. And then I came up to the Wall Street pretty much, the economy crash of the late 2008, early 2009.
Mhm.
And then we get into today. And then I'm like, well, then what would be the difference if you really study these things? And scholars that have really studied them and different people and different interviews. Because all kind of documentaries I pulled up and all kind of stuff I'm on. Because I ain't got nothing but time now. I ain't got nothing but time. And I'm on my computer. Like somebody just said, every week was a different story. He's 100% right. So let's get to this. Then a black man becomes the president of the United States that came out of nowhere. A black man. How that shit happen? In the United States.
Good question.
In the United States of America. How that shit happen? Okay. We can go with that.
Twice, back to back.
Okay, yeah. So, something's going on. What? I don't know. But anyway. Barack Obama becomes the president of the United States of America. Okay? And right after that, I don't know if people remember this, I start seeing commercials on television about Jesus Christ of Latter-day Saints. I didn't make nothing of it because I was still trying to figure out the Barack Obama thing. Because, I'm one of those persons that believes nothing's happened by accident because you don't get in unless somebody lets you in.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Okay. So you got to be here for a reason, So anyway, start seeing all these commercials, more and more of them every year for the next few years. Jesus Christ of Latter-day Saints. Well, Jesus Christ of Latter-day Saints is the Mormon religion. If anybody knows that.
I didn't know that.
Yes. Jesus Christ of Latter-day Saints. And then, out of all the participants that's getting ready to run for president for Barack Obama's second term, who comes out of the pack? Mitt Romney. What is Mitt Romney?
Mormon.
Wow.
Hey, wait a minute. Wasn't JFK Irish Catholic? And he got capped.
And got capped. Okay.
Now Mormon sneaking up in America?
Dang.
Where everything supposedly is based on Christian values? Right?
Mm-hmm.
You ever heard that term?
Mm-hmm.
Ain't got nothing to do with Mormons and Brigham Young and all them gals he had on the side. Polygamy is legal, right? Now let's talk about it, dog. Okay. Things get by me. I'm just asking questions, man. That's just kind of weird to me. But anyway, he didn't win though. He didn't win, but I still think that was an experiment in some way, shape, or form. I ain't got nothing against the man. I'm just saying when people really look at, John F. Kennedy was considered an outsider because he was Irish Catholic.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
And nobody Catholic had ever been nowhere near the presidency before.
Mm-hmm.
Now we just found out that Joe Biden, he been hiding it. He been hiding it. I just found that out a few days ago. But you wasn't supposed to be president anyway, so you don't count. All right. You just holding down the spot for somebody right now. But anyway.
For his vice president.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. You know what I'm saying? They probably looking at everything and go, yeah, man, we ain't got nobody else for this spot. Okay, fuck it. Let him have it for the next 4 years.
Because I agree.
We'll figure it out
the
later.
whole Trump thing, they didn't think he was going to win. Then they
Now
was
check-
like, all right.
Now follow me on this. Follow me on the Trump thing and see if y'all thought about this. This is why I say everything happens for a reason and someone is behind it. Who? I don't know. Now, when I was growing up as a kid, you could not say anything bad about the president of the United States or you would have the FBI knocking on your door. The president of the United States was sacred. You did not say anything demonic or anything like that about the man. After going into the next 4 years, Donald Trump, of all people, who had one of the best, highest rated shows on television, The Apprentice, starts to go on national television and tell the whole world that this man doesn't have a birth certificate and wasn't born in the United States of America. What I'm going to ask you is this: what television show, what radio show, what cable show, anywhere in the United States of America is going to let someone come on their show and demonize the president of the United States of America? You can't do that. Now, you can get on TV and talk about his political positions and how you oppose it. Right then and there, this man is being groomed in people's minds by starting off with racial rhetoric. Okay? Slowly but surely. Go ahead.
Question. So, I had read something that was what you said, but a little bit different.
Well, I ain't. This is just me putting stuff together. Tell me what you heard.
So I had heard he had a deal with NBC, and he had asked for more money, and NBC was like, "Nah, we ain't giving you no more money." Then whoever's like his advisor was like, "Yo, the primaries for the Republican thing is coming up. If you go in there, you'll raise your stock."
Okay, let me ask you this.
Go ahead. I'm trying to learn.
Donald Trump ran for president in 2000. Who gave a damn about him then?
You're right. Right.
Who gave a damn about him then? No, the only way you can move the spectrum in this country, you have to have racial undertones to it. He was the white man to come out and have racial undertones toward the very, very popular black guy. Think about that.
Do you think that raised up, it made people who had those feelings be okay to say those feelings because this guy is such a...
But this is the thing. This is what I'm saying. It's just like pro wrestling, brother. You drop the seed, and step by step, inch by inch, he turns into Ric Flair. He didn't go into a debate and talk like a statesman like he did in 2000. You went into a debate and talked like, I'm straight off the corner.
He was talking like a heel.
Exactly.
But he was always a heel.
But exactly. So be a heel. And what does a heel do? You can't bring up racial. And firstly, you got to realize something. Donald Trump was supposed to buy Buffalo Bills and was denied. He ran for president to raise his image and surprise. Whatever the fuck ever. But let me tell you something. This is the thing. If you're from you got to realize the United States is ran by two political parties. Speaking of the Buffalo Bills, are the away team uniforms to me and the home uniforms. But at the end of the day, they're the same team. That's how I look at politics. Okay?
Bars.
So with that being said, we are a country that was supposed to be founded on certain values to get away from countries like Great Britain that believes in kings and queens and that kind of stuff.
Monarchies and stuff.
Yeah.
A monarch, if you will. Okay? Look at the political spectrum for the last few years, or the last 20, 30 years. We got the same damn people in the game.
They just in different positions sometimes.
There you go. You got the same people. How many Bushes out there? How many Clintons are out there? See what I'm saying? In essence, is that not the same thing as a monarch? If you start people in the same family, old man run,
and you fit in line,
son run, throw the black man in, he pretty much doing the same stuff.
Which is why they got in the uproar when old girl got pregnant by the prince.
Right. Then here come Hillary Clinton. I mean, a straight up hated person. And they're running for office.
This is a good one, Stevie.
When Trump won, it was his 5th time running for president.
The man ran 5 times. Jesus Christ.
That makes America great again. Quote was stated years ago by the Republican but Trump had the swag to make it sound, man, whatever the fuck ever. But anyway, man, don't even show me that kind of bullshit, man. I mean, seriously, man, that ain't got shit to do with nothing, bro. That's what's wrong with this country. Don't nobody know shit, man. Okay. I mean, really, man? Whatever, bro. Really. If you really think, whoever just made that stuff, if you really think your vote really means shit in this country, if Democrats can actually steal a fucking election, why didn't they steal it 4 years ago then?
Because there was a different agenda.
If they can steal elections that easy when Donald Trump was running, they would have stole it then because he's an outsider, not a politician. And they let him get in and then, oh, we'll steal it back? Your vote don't mean nothing in this country. You just think it does. Everybody does. Locally, yes. On a grand level, we got an electoral college. The vote don't mean shit. Even these passing these bills now to try to, the election fraud. Do you know how many people it take to fraudulently do something in the electoral college? That is why they set it up that way. I'm talking about idiotic, imbecilic. But anyway.
Going off right now.
Okay. No, man, it's okay. Just stick with me on this, okay? And please, I don't want to see another quote from no messages and shit till I finish. If that's okay with you guys.
That is perfectly fine.
It's fine.
You can save them, okay, and I'll address them. But every time somebody puts some dumb shit up like that, it fucks my whole head up, and I forgot what the hell I was talking about. Holy shit! You want about the Buffalo Bills? What the shit about the Buffalo Bills, man? I mean, that was racist stock. The NFL ain't finna let no bitch that tried to fuck with me with the USFL anyway in the fucking league. Are you kidding me? Does anybody remember that?
Yeah.
He was the one that messed the whole USFL up and tried to strong arm the NFL. You think them guys forgot about that?
No.
These are billionaires. No, okay, we'll put a little money behind you. You make a couple of bills for us. We can get some more money. Yeah, that's what we do. But you ain't getting in this house.
You ain't
getting in this club, dog.
Money.
We done already saw you fuck up a whole league. Now we're gonna let you in here. Really? Man, am I losing? I'm losing my fucking mind, bro.
I'm just trying to understand what's going on.
You kidding me? Did anybody actually think Donald Trump, Rush Limbaugh, all of these bloviating blowhards gonna get in the?
You talking about the man that went bankrupt twice? Come on.
God.
Oh, man, America.
Lord have mercy, Jesus Christ, boy.
I'm telling you, this is why this is the uncle that you talk to. You be like, listen, let's talk the bullshit because you get it.
My nieces and nephews, when I see them, I love talking with them. I have a good time talking with my nieces and nephews and stuff like that, and enlightening them on certain things that they can't get from anywhere else. That's my job.
Get it from school.
Exactly. I was telling Vince about that. He was asking me about my daughter. As I told him, we was working out together today. I said, me and my daughter tight. We always been tight since she was a little bitty girl. And she's the kind of person, when she was little, I used to always talk to her about not so much as conspiracy stuff, but real stuff, how to look at things. Because she's going to be a young lady one day. You know what I'm saying? And I want her to be able to combat certain things and not get caught up in bullshit. Anybody can react, but it takes a real leader to think first before they react.
That's a bar. These
are certain things I should tell my kid. Because that's how people get caught up in the things, because they don't think first. They react. Sometimes by the time you react, it's too late. So you have to take certain things and analytically think it out before you move forward. Whether it's a little thing, big thing, whatever, because you're going to be a teenager one day. Certain things, and the world is going to start to become more and more bright. And
Out
she's
there.
right. And I say, you're going to start your hormones and stuff like that are going to start, this, that, and the other. I'm telling you this before that happens. So when it happens, you'll be able to think about it. I don't hide nothing from my kid. Nothing. That's what a lot of people, I think, when they're parenting, try to do. I want her to know everything about everything so she can be able to think it out before she moves forward. So I was telling Russo, when my daughter went to a predominantly white college, and at that white college, there used to be a black sorority that was dormant for years. And her and two of her friends got together and brought that black sorority back to that school. And I was telling him, that made me proud. Because she's proud of who she is and what she is. And she wants the whole world to see it. That made me proud. So it worked. You know what I'm saying? Even to this day, it worked. So it ain't rocket science, man. To certain things. This country is just so convoluted with everybody you got to know this, you got to know that. Racism this, black people this, white people this, blah, blah, blah. Put it all in fucking one bottle of what you got. A big, giant, convoluted fucking country. But if you get down to the real nitty gritty, we can figure it out if we want to figure it out. It's just the forces of whatever that don't want things to ever be equal. And they will always fight against you. But if it's a will, there's a way. Just got to figure out the way. And it starts with a lot of, politics and policy. So we were talking about the George Floyd thing. Yes, it has helped in a lot of ways to bring light to certain things. But you always got the forces out there that you move forward in certain areas, and with police reform and stuff like that, that's good. But it's more than police reform we need to be talking about.
Whew.
What about the wealth? What about the wealth gap? What about the prison industrial complex? What about these things? What about the educational process that goes on in this country? I don't make this shit up. This shit is out there. This is real. This is what people are talking about, but the media don't let you hear about it.
Nope.
It is what it is. Now, people can call me whatever. I can take it. Go ahead, call me. I got broad shoulders. I can take it. I don't mind. I'm a community liaison with my own neighborhood, with the Houston Community College. I've been given 2, 3 different for my community service by politicians in this city. Me and my buddy helped almost 2,000 people get grants to learn at the new trade school at Houston Community College on the South Side. Just by going in and talking to people and getting them to sign up that they didn't know nothing about. So I don't give a shit about people fucking with me about nothing. I know what I do. And I'm proud of it. And this is a little kid straight off the corner in South Park, Texas. Yeah. They just happened to wrestle.
Like, oops.
Ain't no big deal. It is what it is. I stand up for mine. I'm down for mine. And anybody in this city knows that. I'm down for mine.
And we love you for that.
I appreciate that.
That's a fact. Because it's not a lot of people that just is real. Because you got to be real with yourself.
Exactly. I mean, wrestling was just a detour. Detour that I love, but I'm saying it was just a detour, brother. This tunnel vision. I grew up looking at a TV show called The Time Tunnel. That was one of my favorite shows. Where it took you back in time, and if you could change time, would you? See what I'm saying?
Ooh,
to this day, I'm a little bitty kid looking at this. And to this day, I still think about that. What can you do to change something? What can you do? Anybody can sit back and watch everybody else. But what can you do? I choose to be one of the people that get out there and try to change something, bro. I really do.
No, that's
not that it made me forget my.
They did.
My theory. My theory.
We was in a good groove with your theory.
No. Let me finish it. But like I say, I don't know everything. I'm just putting things together and see what you guys feel. How you guys feel about it. That's all. This is just what I came up with. Okay, Donald Trump. Because when you start talking about Donald Trump, all these right wing zealots start saying, whatever, make America great again. Make America great again was brought up. The guy was right. Make America great again was brought up by actually Ronald Reagan. Ronald Reagan, he was right. Trump and them took that phrase and turned it into a big deal. But see, Ronald Reagan didn't make it about bigotry. He made it about bigotry with the dog whistle. What they would do would take things like this one lady that was on welfare, this one black lady, and Ronald Reagan, to cut the welfare plans and things of that nature, he used that one lady in his campaign, and she then took all this money from welfare and made white people look at that's how all black folks are. You see what I'm saying?
The welfare
they out there stealing from the the welfare game, and that's how they lazy and they don't want to work. You see what I'm saying? That's what Ronald Reagan did. Go back and look it up.
That was welfare. The welfare.
Yeah,
that's what they call it.
Go back and look it up. He did that on purpose. One woman had to be 30 million black folks in the country at the time. One woman. Wow. One. But see, when you put it in perspective and you use the media to get it over, boom, and you get up to these rallies and talk, wrinkled up ass, that's what they're doing. Yeah, let's vote for him, blah, blah, blah. Bro, it's old as the crucifixion, bro. It is old as the crucifixion. Dang. But everybody think all this stuff is new. So when Donald Trump did it, he just did it in a more grand way, in a more Ric Flair way. But see, I'm gonna use this. I'm a kiss stealing, wheeling dealing, jet plane riding, son of a gun. Remember Ric Flair used to say that?
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
Don't Trump have a plane with Trump on the side of it?
Yeah.
Didn't he write a book called Art of the Deal? Didn't he come on videotape and say, I grab him by the pussy?
Which is still, wow.
Which is stealing. Didn't he say that?
Mm-hmm.
And he ain't got in trouble for it.
At all.
So when he get on Twitter and start talking about people and doing promos and stuff, baby, that is pro wrestling 101. Mm-hmm. Can't nobody figure this out. That is how people really start to really flock to him. Because let me tell you something. A real politician wouldn't be able to get away with this. You know why? Because a real politician, that's his job. Mm. So, have you ever heard of the Democratic Party and the Republican Party ever letting someone in that's not from one of us?
No.
You dig? You ever heard of that? They don't even get out the blocks. So if he got out the blocks to go all the way to the top and become the Republican candidate, who was behind that? That's my question. Someone had to be behind that because, like I say, it started with the birther thing, with the birth certificate. It started with that. And then you keep going on. Then it started with the Mexicans building the wall. Then it started with the Muslim people, and those countries can't come over here. You see what I'm saying? Anybody getting this shit?
Yeah. No.
Anybody getting this? No, that shit ain't no accident.
He just
it
was
ain't
the
no
face.
accident.
He was just the face of everything, but there was people behind him.
But this is the thing. Who are those people? Oh, yeah, you know that. Man ain't got no political brain. I mean, come on, bro. I mean, I ain't got a political brain. But this is what I'm saying. It made people believe it. That's the only thing you have to do. You have to make people believe something. That's it. Make them believe it. If you believe I'm going to make your life better.
Yep.
By using bigotry and by using racism, then you know what? You feel a part. You feel a part of this movement. Because, see, there are good movements and bad movements. A movement nonetheless. I'm a part of something. Why do you think people join gangs? I feel like I'm a part of something. But you ask your question, why the fool join a gang, man? It's all kind of havoc and chaos in the gang. Yeah, but I feel like I'm a part of something now. Same thing. Nobody's mind is above it. Nobody. To the point of what we seen with a president. Now, how many presidents you think would do this? Okay, it's a coronavirus coming. It's just gonna go away. It's just like the cold. Or would a real president say this? He do a press conference and say, "Ladies and gentlemen, everybody's heard about the COVID-19 that's ravaging our country. I have gotten with the CDC and I've gotten with certain doctors and experimental people in this country. And what we're going to do is blah, blah, blah. We're going to do this. We're going to do that. But I'm telling you, we will beat this thing just like all Americans have always beat everything. And and we'll stand together as one and blah, blah, blah." That is what a real politician would do.
Mm-hmm.
Or do he do, whatever, like Bugs Bunny? Or do he do a Bugs Bunny? You know what I'm saying? What's up, Doc? Whatever. Really? That right then and now, you just said how people were advising him. If somebody advising him to do that, they're advising him to fail.
Mm-hmm. Because they wanted him really to take the fall. That's really what happened.
That's what I'm saying. What I'm saying is this. My whole diatribe is this. Donald Trump was put in office for some certain things to go down, and he's going to take the blame for it. Now, remember I told y'all this is what I was telling Russo, and I said at the end of the whole thing, I said it before the election, he's going to lose the election, and then they're going to demagogue him at the same time because his work is done. Now, who put this whole thing together? I don't know. Mm-hmm. And what do we see just happen? Everybody that's involved with him, the State Department been knocking on the door. Y'all up there with you, Rudy Giuliani?
When he just got banned for practicing law here in New York.
Okay, you think that's an accident? Who was his main guy? Donald Trump, right? Mm-hmm. Now, I've been following Alex Jones for years. I don't know if y'all know Alex Jones.
I know Alex Jones.
That's my guy.
Love him.
That's my guy, bro. Do you know they done kicked him off everything? Did you hear that? Who was his main guy? Donald Trump. And you remember before that, Black, he never sided with a president, whether it was Democrat or Republican. You remember that? He talked about all of them. But Donald Trump came in office. Oh, I helped him get him there. Donald Trump is the man. Donald Trump is going to do this. Donald Trump, I'm going to have him on the show today and blah, blah, blah. Then, hey, Alex, you used to be cool. But the council crowd is here now. They done took every video this sucker got of YouTube, everything. Can't broadcast YouTube, Spotify, everything. Why?
They shut him down.
And look at all the stuff he's been saying for 20 years, dog. Come on. All the stuff Alex knows. Now, all of a sudden, in a few years, they don't even want you around. Did anybody get this picture? Mm-hmm. Do you get the picture now?
Yeah.
They covering up.
Because the very people that used to let that go got something going on. I don't know if it got something to do with the coronavirus. I don't know if it got something to do. Let me ask you this. All of a sudden, within the last few years, people start to tolerate things like Black Lives Matter and writing it on streets and corporations get behind it. All of a sudden, y'all care about what black people think? Now, I'm not saying that's not a good thing, but
still,
you know what I'm saying? The NBA got the shit all over the NFL, got the shit back.
When they crucified Kaepernick for taking the knee.
Yeah, but that was years earlier.
Right, but then now everything, what's going on.
Right. Well, yeah, you're right about that. So how does this happen? Now, I'm not saying it's not good, but since when somebody really, because you seen a black man get killed, like that's the first time we ever seen that?
So true. So true.
Maybe this was one where they said, damn, man, we can't run from this. Get Darren Chauvin in here, brother. We can't even clean that one up.
They knew they couldn't clean that man up when he was on that camera.
I'm just saying, I mean, at least he could have been moving around or something like that and make it look like an accident or something like that. But now, sucker, you sitting there with your hands in your pocket. You got your hands in your pocket, man. We know we trained y'all better than that. With the video camera.
Even the mayor at that time, he was just like,
I can't help him.
I can't condone that. Like
I can't help him. So the only way we're going to get around this is we got to ride on the bus for a little while with them and blah blah blah. And then after a couple of years, they go back to blah blah blah.
Yeah.
I don't know, but I'm just saying if anybody can see the correlation with all of this, all of it affects each other and all of it's a part of each other. If anybody that don't believe that, I don't know what to tell you, because there's no way a person can come from, like I said. Now, remember Fox News was pushing that big lie also that the election was stolen.
Mm-hmm.
Oh man,
remember that?
Yeah.
Yep.
Now, and Sean Hannity and all these people were talking about Trump, putting him over every day, which that's their job to do. I ain't got nothing against them. Hell, if they're paying me $20 million, I'd do it too. I'm sorry, I'm for sale. I'm for sale. I'm gonna tell you right now. Yeah, I'll tell you. I'm a businessman, dog.
The right zeros, you got me.
Shoot, man, I'll put Donald Trump over like a mug, bro. He would have won. He would have won if he had me out there with him. You know what I'm saying? No, they gonna go pick my boy Herschel Walker, who's a friend of mine. You know what I'm saying? They pick Herschel. Herschel don't know how to chop it up like me, dog. I would have had them people. Yeah.
They would have been cheering.
Oh yeah. Yeah, I'm sorry.
You friends with Herschel?
Yeah, Herschel a friend of mine. Believe it or not. Herschel a good friend of mine. Good people though. He real good people. But we don't agree on our political views or anything like that. Okay. I got a lot of people I got a lot of friends that are conservative. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Me and a couple of guys that used to work with would talk about different things. But dog, political ideology shouldn't be weaponized. It shouldn't be weaponized. It shouldn't be a us against them type of thing. A war mentality. You know what I'm saying? That Fox News stuff turned it into that. Because back in the day, political people used to, you believe this, I believe this. We got to meet in the center. We got to meet somewhere at a medium. Now it's like my way or the highway. You see what I'm saying?
Only my idea matters. How I see it is the only way that is to be seen.
If I'm married, if you're married, if a woman, let's not take us, let's a woman is married to a man, a woman's ideology can be totally different than a man's because they're not cut from the same cloth. So if you're married and you live in the same house and we got to make this household go, okay, the man is considered the leader of the house. But at the end of the day, he got to listen to his wife also for that marriage to work. So they have to come to a medium. In any relationship, you got to come to a medium. It don't make you wrong, it don't make me right, and vice versa. But for the betterment of the people who we both serve, we both serve the people. So we have to get the best for them from your way and my way. But it's not like we don't see that anymore. You ever notice that? Now it's war. It's war. Condemning, demagoguing, things of that nature. What happened to those days where politicians could work together?
Oh, that's long and gone.
Yeah, that's dead.
I mean, I'm looking at the guy, what's his name? Hank Williams Jr. used to say, let's get ready for some football. He was on Fox News one day, and this is why they kicked him off Monday Night Football. When he said, remember they had kicked him off for a while. They just brought him back a few years ago.
Wow.
He was like, oh, no. They was talking about somebody was golf with somebody, and he was like, no. And the guy asked him, well, why do you say that? Well, they're the enemy. How do you call a fellow American an enemy?
Wow.
That's not good.
But you see, in his mind, his conservative way of life is the only thing he really gives a damn about. And selling them cheesy ass records. That's all he cares about. It's his way of life. That's it. F everybody else. It is what it is. But with all that being said, like I said, he's been used. They're going to use him up, and then they're going to throw him in the trash. They're going to throw him in the trash. And you know where I saw that at? WWE, when Vince did it with Eric Bischoff.
Why you say that?
Yeah, elaborate.
I mean,
you remember that?
It's kind of.
He literally threw him in the trash. He did.
You remember that?
He
when
they
got
brought
the
guy in the company, used his ideas used his brain, and when he was done, he said, "I'm good. You out." That's
Remember that?
what it was.
That's what you believe, Stevie?
What's that?
That's what
You
it was.
believe, you
No,
believe,
I'm not saying
I wanna
he.
hear from,
I'm
I
not
wanna hear
saying
from
he got it.
his
I'm not saying
explanation.
he. I'm not saying he got it from that. But that's how big corporate America works. They will befriend you to make you feel as though you're one of us, but in reality, we're really trying to get rid of you. And have you noticed all those golf courses took his name off everything? Have you noticed all of a sudden social media on the same day say, we don't want you on here? No, they could have been did that.
No more. When he was saying, when he was saying, "I grab you by the pussy," that should have been it.
But see, that's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying.
And they waited until they raided the Capitol to be like, "Oh, actually, this isn't."
You see what I'm saying?
This is not good.
Now you see, you think all of that's an accident. No, it's not. I know a lot of people do. But that wasn't right. No, that's what they call the coup de grace. That's the hammer. When the hammer comes down, nobody wants you around. Have he showed his face? Have he showed his face at some cheap rally or one of these little bitty TV stations or something? Have you noticed he ain't been back on Fox News? You notice that? He was on there all the time. You ever ask yourself, why hasn't he been back on Fox News?
He's a disgrace now. They don't need him.
That's the thing, though. All news media is ran by what? Let's go back to the WWF stuff. See, a lot of people can't put these things together.
It's ran by one company.
Sponsors. Sponsors want you to buy something. And if I done used the Nino Brown analogy 1,000 times, I use it 1,001. At the end of the day, I got to get my money. That was cool until it ain't cool no more. So you bring him on here, I will take my sponsorship money somewhere else. What about that? Because after that insurrection, y'all can't clean this up.
No, at all.
Yo, you can clean up grabbing by the pussy. You can clean that up. Yeah, you can clean up Muslims not being able to come over here. You can clean that up. I'm going to build a wall. You can clean that up. But attack on America?
On one of the sacred places.
Right, attack on democracy? Which going to give those other stations a chance to demagogue it even more? Take my orange juice commercials off this damn show. I don't even want them on that. No, Frito-Lay. My Doritos commercials. No, we're going to put them somewhere else. You want to give up that kind of jack? Because everybody's paycheck go down there. That's how you control people, bro. And it all happened just like I said it was going to happen. And I told Russo, everybody, terrorist act, domestic terror. Yeah, my man was right on that. Everybody that's involved with him, they're going down too.
Everybody got involved went down with him, son.
Going down. Like,
listen to that. Everybody with the Gates guy sleeping with the little young girls, having the little teenage parties. You gone, Gates? Y'all was having a good old time.
I got a question about that.
Why
does it always seem that politicians, entertainers, always sleeping with young women and men? And boys. Why? Why is that such a thing?
But you
what's
gotta
wrong
remember,
with them?
it's easier to brainwash.
But you got to remember though, it's really not an entertainment thing. It's just an entertainment thing because you hear about it, about entertainment and politicians and stuff like that. It's really an everyday thing of people with power. There's so many people with power that's got demented and demonic type fascinations. You remember like the Jeffrey Epstein? He wasn't a person of popularity. He was just involved with a lot of people. You know what I'm saying? Popular. And look what kind of shit he been doing for years. And the lady that was with him, that Giselle lady, the lady
got
that was
wrapped
with him.
up too, because they was like, "Oh, you too?" Yeah.
No, this what they do, and I don't want to put my business out there, but I've seen this stuff before. I've seen it. Oh yeah, bro, I've seen it. You'd be surprised how many people are into this kind of lifestyle, bro. What's
It's
new
nasty.
to you? Yes, what's new to you is old in certain circles, bro. It's really old. But that's the thing when I'm talking about. When, like I said, when I used to try to teach my brother how to think and react. You know how easy it is to get caught up in something like that?
All it takes is
And
one. You got to be in the right place at the wrong time.
That's all it takes. That's all it takes.
Yeah.
This world is not the just fine and upstanding world of everybody think it is. This world is really complex with a lot of complex people, man. It is. And that's why they really try to hide that stuff. Okay, you remember when they started this Me Too thing? Your boy from how many people on TV they came down on the hammer on him? Remember that?
True.
Remember your boy on NBC? What's his name?
Oh,
NBC morning show.
that was what's his
Matt Lauer.
Yeah, he was in the morning. Yeah,
Matt Lauer
that was inappropriate and all that stuff.
got the camera, got the stuff in his office when the girls come in and all this stuff. You ain't heard nothing from him since, bro. Remember the guy on CBS every morning? The CBS guy. Same thing. He not on there no more. What I'm saying is this stuff been going on for years, and these are prominent people that you look at on TV every day.
Charlie Rose, yes.
Charlie,
yes.
Okay,
Oh,
that's my boy, Charlie.
Man, yeah.
See what I'm doing?
Yeah.
Oh shit, you think that got something to do with it?
No, but I'm just saying.
No,
He
when
was
you-
an old man. I
when
realized.
Charlie said, "Hey, baby, I got these youngins coming in here. I don't know what you talking about." Charlie said, "You better back up." Shoot, I'm Charlie Rose, baby. I'm going up.
What I really
remember him.
want to know is, so y'all heard about the guy from the cyber that got killed, that got found dead as he was being extradited to the United States.
No, I didn't hear about that one.
Wait,
So yeah,
what?
what's the name of the damn antiviral thing? It's on the computer thing, MacV or something like that.
Oh man, I'm gonna have to look that one up, man.
Yeah,
See,
it
when
just
I'm
like-
talking about this kind of stuff, I got a couple of people that follow me. Whenever I got a problem with something or didn't get it, boom, they come right up. One of my buddies like Calcutta. I'm like, I don't know who he is. I'm Calcutta. Look this up for me. Boom, boy, he got it right there, man. He's good with that.
Yeah, see, John
my boy.
Max. Yeah, the antiviral thing for the computers. The guy that created that.
Oh, everybody got
They found
McAfee on the
him-
computer.
They had him in Spain, and he was being extradited to the United States for some fraud shit, and they found him dead in the prison in Spain as they were processing him for extradition.
Did he commit suicide?
So they don't know yet. They don't, but I don't think that. But it's gonna look like that.
What did he do in the first place?
Yeah.
It was something with. It was like, I don't know if it was tax fraud. It was something fraud.
Okay. Right.
But
Man,
but you
that
know,
guy should be a billionaire.
he was.
McAfee been around for a zillion years. You know what
Yeah, I
I'm
remember,
saying? That
for years.
antivirus stuff.
It was
Yeah.
tax evasion. It was tax evasion.
Yeah,
he
see,
got
it's
done.
something
Oh,
fraud.
okay. Come on, man. All the money you making?
But they found him out in Spain, and then he was going to get tried out here, and they found him dead in the prison.
Yeah, I think I would have killed myself too. I ain't coming back. I ain't coming back. No. He must have did something else because people do that all the time. Hell, Donald Trump never showed the damn taxes. I ain't never heard of a president that don't show his taxes. Now everybody coming down on him. I'm like, golly, how did he go this far? But that's a part of the big setup I'm talking about. That's why nobody cared about those things, because we got it all mapped out, just like professional wrestling. Everything will transpire at the big pay-per-view.
You know,
Everything will transpire. We get them all.
Eric
you.
Bischoff did a TED talk about that.
What'd he say?
He was talking about how the news is no longer journalism.
No, it's not.
It's very much like opinions and
Right.
people going and stirring up feelings and getting people angry or happy.
There you go. Isn't that what we're talking about?
Yep. He said the exact same thing. He did a whole TED talk on that.
Yeah.
And then he mentioned how Donald Trump, this is before Donald Trump got elected as as president. He said Donald Trump will become president because he knows how to cut a promo, basically.
Well, that's what get people behind him. But cutting a promo is one thing. It's what you're cutting the promo about.
Because
nobody that's a real politician can say demonic and racist things. You can't do that as a politician. You can only do that if you're not deemed a politician, but you're trying to get a political spot. You see
he was different.
You see the difference? Because no, a real politician, now they could do that back. I was talking with Russo today about one of his guys. Somebody emailed him about some stuff that he didn't understand what the guy was talking about. And he thought it was really racist. So when I explained it to him, I say this goes back to the early 60s, with the old Dixiecrats and stuff like that, which used to be Republicans, used to be Democrats, and Democrats used to be Republicans, and how a lot of politicians will use certain Southern strategies to get the vote in that area, as long as they was coming from a racist point of view. So my brother, my older brother is a political science major. So my older brother used to talk to me about this shit when I was little, man. I didn't know what the fuck he was talking about. But years later, you know what I'm saying? 20 years later, I started kind of getting it, you know what I'm saying, and stuff like that. Yeah, but my brother graduated school, valedictorian. He's one of them kind of guys. But you never know it. You never know it. He was a sports guy, played 2 sports, but he loved to he's a book. He's one of them dudes, him and my sister, they could learn stuff very easily. You know what I'm saying? They could learn stuff very. Him and my sister, she was a school valedictorian also. So they was sharp. They're sharp. And you never see the guy do homework or nothing like that. You see him do blah, blah, blah. Boom, he go into baseball practice or come back from baseball practice and do something, blah, blah. And then he's done. He's never one of them like me. Yeah, shit. I don't know how this shit is. What the fuck? I don't know. Fuck it. I'm frustrated. Fuck it. I just flunk it.
Yeah. That's not like me at all.
He's never like me. That's how I was. You know what I'm saying? But
I flunk it.
But I just flunk it. Forget it. I'll make a makeup test or something. But anyway,
go to some school.
Yeah, something, whatever. But yeah, that's I see things now, and he should talk about it. Politics has changed over the years. News has changed over the years. Fox News even say this is Fox News, but Fox News on record is an opinionated show. It's really not news. So that's why they can say some of the things they say on that show and get away with it. Because when you under the label as news, that's a part. That is your Second Amendment.
The creator of Fox News was in George Bush's cabinet.
Right. You talking about is that Roger Ailes?
Yes, if I'm correct. If I could be wrong, but he was part of
Or you're talking about the guy that came from Australia. He's the one that actually started Fox News. The guy that came from Australia.
Let me double check.
Roger Ailes used to work in politics.
You talking about Murdoch?
Even back, Rupert Murdoch.
You talking about Murdoch? Yeah, he owns News Corp.
Yeah.
Which owns the Post.
Right.
Fox News.
Right. And that's why I say they're not even under. Because, we have our amendments gives us the rights to freedom of the press. But when it's under freedom of the press, you really have to inform the people.
Yeah, Rupert Murdoch.
Yeah.
Right. See, Fox News is not even under any of the real news statutes or all these other things, like CNN or MSNBC or, your local news or world news and stuff like that. They're really not under that. If you ever watched all of these news organizations, they basically talk about the same thing. You put it on Fox News, they talking about something totally different. Because all these things are pretty much ran by the same people. So the news articles are sent down and put out broad. Like all of us be talking right now, we'll all be saying the same thing about the same subject. That's how the news is now. Yeah. But in opinionated news, that's something totally different.
But that's kind of like that was News Corp's main thing. I interned at the New York Post, so that's how I know about Murdoch. So I was
right.
I had no idea you interned there. Wow.
Yeah, that was actually my first job.
Okay, then Rupert like to have. Okay, look at Rupert. Like to have all the little pretty girls on Fox News, right? All with their legs crossed and blah 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 with their little short skirts. And what did they catch old Rupert doing? Got him too. Remember that?
Nasty.
Yep.
And then Bill O'Reilly. All these guys talking all they shit for years. Got him. Well, we'll just wait for the truth to come out. Yeah, the truth just came out.
It's here, present.
Yeah, the truth just came out. You know, she's the one that was knocking, you asked to come up to your room. Yeah, she just went pimped on you. The truth just came out. He ain't been back since.
It's crazy. It's crazy.
Think about that. Now I'm talking about my man Black, and he's talking about hey, bro, they all like that, dog. You got millions in your pocket. Now look at Rupert Murdoch and you look at Bill O'Reilly. Really, dog? You really think they're gonna be able to? What kind of pimp game they got, bro? Really?
None.
Come on, bro.
And Murdoch.
Come on.
My head.
What kind of pimp? Murdoch, look at him. What kind of pimp game they got, bro?
No, you're right.
Hey,
You're right.
Come on. Come in my office at 5 p.m. Come in the office. Yeah, man, this stuff throws me out. You can't make this stuff up, bro. And they sit there and talk shit about everybody on earth. But then when the shit hit the fan with you, well, the truth will come out. Bill O'Reilly, the truth will come out, and blah blah blah. No, dog, ain't no truth coming out, bro. Truth already out.
It's out. It's there.
All them girls that came and pimped on you, man. I'm gonna tell you something. My boy say Rupert is 90. No, he's dead.
But
he's dead. Oh no, that's Rupert Murdoch. I thought you were talking about the other one. Yeah, because I know his sons run everything now. The Murdoch sons. I thought you were talking about Roger Ailes. Roger Ailes died. He took too much Viagra, killed him.
Wow.
Wait, what?
I don't know if that's true, but I know.
You know what?
I'm just thinking, man. Somebody look like that, dude, big and out of shape. Come on, man.
Gullible as hell.
Trying to get them young girls, man. He probably had to take 2 of them at a time. Hey, that's too much. That's, don't do it, man. Hey, man, I kept myself in shape. I'm still good, still vibrant. See, that's all they had to do, man.
Black don't crack, so that's very different.
I'm just saying, dog. I like to date young women. I'm like Roger without the pills.
He like.
Now I'll be honest. Okay, I don't have the stamina I used to. Okay, I'll be the first to say that. But I can still get up the bat and hit the ball.
There you go.
Yeah, and I can, get on the bat, get the ball, and that's over with. But no, these guys, I'm like, come on, man. All them young, pretty women running around Fox News, man. Hey, you had to know something was going on. Then all them women went to the paper, went to the news, and pimped on all of them. Now, what does that make Fox News look like? That makes them look bad.
Terrible.
Yeah, the one lady, she was on that Fox and Friends show forever. Remember her? Gretchen. Her name was Gretchen.
Yep.
Gretchen said, what Roger Ailes want with me in the office all the damn time? What the hell's going on? Gretchen said, I'm pimping on everybody. Y'all don't give me some money. I think she pimped and still got the money.
Yeah.
I'm with her, man. You can't treat people like that, man, because that goes on. That's another thing that goes on that people don't know about, how people treat women in these upper echelon business areas, man, But a lot of women go for it. So you don't know. I guess you don't put it out there. You never know. I don't know. I'm just saying. A lot of women, like, what's her name? Kamala Harris? Kamala Harris. They say, hey, that's what, it's just what I heard. I don't know how true it is. Don't get mad at me. I read stuff and I hear stuff.
No, you just reporting live.
She came up the corporate ladder.
Reporting live from Texas.
She came up the corporate ladder.
Guys,
the political ladder.
This one. You see, this is why.
Don't get mad at me. No.
Guys, you have any last questions for Uncle Stevie tonight?
Now, come on, people of color going all the way to the White House.
Say what?
Used to be an Indian and all of a sudden turned African American. How that shit work?
Yo,
No,
this
I'm
was
just
amazing.
asking, man.
I can't deal with this one. But
What?
I can't deal with you. Uncle Stevie, let the viewers and listeners know where to find your
Please.
podcast when
This
you
is my
go
favorite
on.
episode.
Drop all the information to listen to you nonstop because you said you record 4 days a week. So where are we finding you?
Oh, man.
Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday. Monday, I do me and Jimmy Tibbs, comedian out of Austin, Texas.
Oh, man.
We do, a Monday show where we start the week off and we do a lot of, it's kind of like what we're doing right now. We talk about a lot of stuff and just make it funny.
Mhm.
We take real stuff and make it funny. You know what I'm saying? He's a comedian, and we try to feed off each other, and people seem to like it. And we talk about wrestling too, because Jimmy's a big wrestling fan. I met Jimmy 3 years ago in New Orleans at WrestleCon, and we've been friends ever since. And now we do a show together that's really, really funny, but we talk about wrestling also. And then on Tuesdays, I do a show with Sonny on Tokyo Heat.
Nice.
And me and Sonny, we'll talk about wrestling, and we'll talk about some of the stories and things that went down back in the WCW days and stuff like that. And we have a blast doing it, man. Some of it's so funny. I have people telling me, man, that they can't even watch the show because they're laughing so hard. You know what I'm saying? So me and Sonny have always been kind of people that crack on each other. You know, it's like we went to high school together. You know what I'm saying? And me and Sonny done been out. We was talking about this last week where we done closed strip clubs down all over the world.
What?
A big black guy and a little Japanese guy, man, and we done had so much fun because he's cool to hang out with, and I love him like a brother, man. We've always been cool like that, man. Yo, what's up, all Miss Harlem? Hey, I appreciate those sentiments, brother. But then on Wednesday, I usually have a guest. Main event Wednesday, I usually have a guest.
Okay.
And then on Thursday, I do Black and White with
Russo, right?
with Vince Russo. Yeah, we do a lot of funny stuff too. But then again, we'll get into indulging some of the
political stuff.
Well, not so much as political. Sometimes political, but sometimes just racial type situations that's going on in the country and how that's why we call the show Black and White. You know what I'm saying? And people seem to love that show. That's like I think on his brand, I think this is the #1 show.
Oh, there you go.
Yeah. And people want to come on and
grinding out here.
Trying to debunk certain things, like when I'm talking about certain things and as it pertains to the African American community, as the things gotten to how they are. Because I'm the kind of person, I don't just talk about things. I give people, like what we were talking about today, how things start to get to where they are. So if you don't know nothing, so if you don't know anything about that, then you just got an uneducated opinion.
Mm-hmm.
There's nothing wrong with having an uneducated opinion, but don't come on the show with me and try to pull that bullshit that you see these people doing on this, that, and the other, because I'm going to tell you exactly what to take it, bro. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Because if you don't know my culture, don't speak on it.
Yep.
Right.
Thank you.
Just because you pass by the hood don't mean you ever been in the hood. Now, we're monolithic just like everybody else. But everything has a beginning, a middle, and where we see it today.
Mm-hmm.
Did you take part in that or didn't you? Or do you care about how it got like that? Or do you have any empathy for it? Or you just gonna bitch about it like the little bitch that you are?
Well, then.
Which one? Because at the end of the day, you either part of the solution or you're part of the problem.
Part of the problem. Yep.
Facts.
And that's exactly how we're going to end the episode. Uncle Stevie, thank you so much for joining us this evening. It has been fun.
Amazing.
Hope that, once again, much success. So, any and everything you're doing, we support you. Love you.
Like I said, go to Stevie Ray TV. Okay, Stevie Ray TV on YouTube. Become a subscriber. Also, download the Twitch app. Everybody knows how to pull up the Twitch app. Okay, and go to Stevie Ray TV on there. Become a subscriber. Or, Patreon Patreon.com/Stevie Ray TV. Become a member. Become a member, and you can see all of my rants. You can see all the stuff that I'm pissed off about, and you can see all the stuff that I'm happy about. Okay? You guys
all
can do that.
in one. So yes, make
I'm
sure
mostly
to
happy. A
subscribe.
lot of people think I'm pissed off all the time, but I'm mostly happy.
They gotta know you to know that though. I
Yeah.
think.
They know me. They know me. I do it every night. You know?
There you go.
Do it every night.
Well,
you know?
guys, once again, Stevie Ray, thank you so much for joining us this evening. It has been a blast. It is definitely one we've been waiting for the past year. We were trying to get you last year.
Yeah, what happened?
You.
Oh.
You.
I don't have very good memory. I've been hit on the head with a lot of chairs.
Oh.
You gotta realize that. I've been hit on the head. You don't tell me like yesterday.
You're not gonna know. No. Yeah. We realized it. So we got you.
No, dementia is checking in.
But listen, before you go, we have to show you. Listen, before you go, you were inspired. This T-shirt right here.
What my shirt, man?
You got coming.
You inspired this.
No, he was gonna send it to me.
No, it's in the mail.
I sent it to you. I sent it to you. It's in the mail. It's coming.
You think it's here already? Well, I haven't checked my mail.
No, it's not here already. It's not there yet.
Yeah. I got to make sure these suckers, somebody don't go in my mailbox. They might try to steal it. They might see it.
But thank you.
No. So once you get the shirt, take a picture and send it to us.
Oh yeah, I'm gonna wear it on the air.
Yeah.
I'm gonna wear it on the air.
Awesome.
No bullshit. No bullshit.
So
When I saw that, I was like, what? What did that? Who made? Is that real? Who made that? I was like, that is sweet. You know, that is too sweet.
There you go. From the man, the living legend himself.
I tripped out. You know, I see a lot of stuff, and I was like, oh my God, where did that come from, man? Oh, it freaked me out. That was on Instagram. Was that on Instagram?
No, Facebook.
Oh, it was on Facebook. Okay, it was on one of them, but it ended up on Instagram also.
Yeah.
It ended up on Instagram. I don't know if I put it on there or see. I don't handle my Twitter and my Instagram. Somebody else handles that for me. And anything that's interesting on there, I just get on my phone for Twitter and I just tweet, text him some stuff that I want to say about something, and he'll do it, so I don't have to look at it.
I can't with you. Anyway, as always, I'm Janelle from HR here with Mr. Black, and of course, the uncle to our podcast, Uncle Stevie Ray. Thank you guys for joining us this evening. # Black Excellence. # We Are Out.
# B1.